Welcome. We got a good crowd. It's October the 22nd. With a little prayers, we hope this storm goes to the other side of the rush over there. With this little cold front coming through, the weather's been beautiful. So it's been beautiful. Hopefully, with, like I said, a lot of prayers, it makes a big difference. That'll keep us so far ahead to continue with the projects that we've been working all the way since Katrina. So we don't need no more disasters right now. So I'm proud to tell you that, so far so good. And, we got a little front come in, and we're all excited, and it changed the temperature a little bit. And so I'm proud to see all of y'all here tonight. So we're going to have a good meeting tonight. All right, let's move on to the agenda. Special roll call, special presentation, we have none.
None.
Person to go ahead to request to talk.
Christy Angelette.
Okay.
Hello. I was here to talk about the rezoning issue we were having, and you guys asked that I come back and do an update. I have talked to Mr. David, Michelle, and we are going to meet again whenever they can get everybody together. They haven't been able to do that yet. So hopefully we'll do that within the next 2 weeks or so. I'm still waiting on the meeting minutes from the last few meetings. But the other thing that David and I said that we're going to talk, hopefully, to the Planning Commission about is the rezoning class. Right now, we don't have a rezoning class for camp rentals. We have them for motels, for hotels, for condominiums. We have all of them, but we do not have camp rentals. So that's part of the problem of when you request to rezone, one of these properties to a camp rental, you're putting it into a zone where you can put a florist shop, and people just don't want to do that. So we're hoping to use R4, which is not really used at all, but it's actually a motel, considered a motel zone. It's called motel and apartments. And it's not used except for 2 very small areas on the rezoning map. So we're hoping that we can use that. It would just be a lot easier than trying to create a whole new zone. So that's kind of the goal that we're going to talk about, hopefully in that meeting. The other thing I want to talk about, the rezoning in general, is do we have plans for that archaic map that we have? It's so old. It's like I think it's like from the 70s maybe. The only copy we have is on the wall in Town Hall. And if you want to see it, you pretty much have to go and take a photo of it because that's where they keep it updated. Jefferson Parish has an amazing online app, or I should say website, that you drill right into every single piece of property and you see everything there, including the zone, including the subdivision information. So instead of having to go and find these maps and print them out and you can hardly read the measurements, you would have all that. So Lafitte has it as well. Do we have that coming for Grand Isle at all?
I can answer that because we've been trying to get it, and that's an ArcGIS map. It shows you every property owner. You click on it, shows that parcels. They have a little disclaimer saying, look, this is just for reference only. We asked that through Jefferson Parish, the last administration, and before that, and they said they won't do it because Grand Isle changes too much. That's what was told to us. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I have the same feelings that we're in Jefferson Parish. We should have this, but
Yeah.
to do that, I couldn't even give you a cost on what it would take to do that or to upkeep that part of that survey.
And like Joe said, we tried a few times, but we're going to go back and tell them.
I mean, Lafitte has it.
Yeah.
It's just very nice for us because, we have copies at our office, but you can even read half of the measurements on there.
Right.
When you do even like into the plats and things like that, it's hard to see it. And again, having just a map on a wall. So even if we can't do the online, like have a map redrawn, not just to have little squiggles everywhere with red markings, because again, it's hard for us to tell what the zone really is when you're trying to there's streets on there that don't even exist anymore on the zone map, and it hasn't been redone in years and years. So hopefully we can
We're
get
definitely going to
something.
work
Yeah.
on that. Okay.
The other question that I just wanted to ask about is when it comes to the planning committee, Mr. David Michelle has been awesome, but we have 5 people that are on there, and I'm concerned about the meetings that they have because they're not that often because they're supposed to have it once a month. They plan it, but then they don't have it because not everybody can gather. So I just think that we need to either, try to figure out if we can get people on that planning committee that is committed to showing up for the meetings. Because if you put in a request, you have to wait 3 months for them to put a meeting together when everybody can meet, it's not really, I don't want to use the word fair, but it seems to me that they should have more meetings than a few times a year. And the other thing that I guess it hasn't been requested or they're just not doing is putting the information out there. When is the meeting going to happen? And then the meeting minutes, just like the council has, they're supposed to also keep meeting minutes, and it's supposed to be made available to the public. I've requested, and I haven't gotten anything yet, but if it was online, like the council does, you wouldn't have to call for it. And then also advertising, or posting it on a bulletin board here, saying that we're going to have a meeting for the planning commission. Nobody's going to drive to Grand Isle, come look, or make a call. It would be nice for them to also put it online like you guys do, or on the website saying, here's the committee meeting is I think they said every second week of the month, I want to say they're supposed to have it, but then also
Come in sometime, and then you wait for another week or something for the other one, so you could have one meeting to take care of.
Why
Yeah,
we can't just put a set date,
they
yeah,
have
that's what
one.
we're talking about.
put a set date?
Yeah.
Because the way the ordinance states is
Yeah.
if they miss 3 consecutive meetings, they can be replaced, whoever's on the board.
Yeah,
This way we can, because
Yeah.
people plan their lives, and if they just, so put the date, then they can say, well, I
Yeah.
can't plan nothing on this date because, I got a meeting.
We never missed 3, but one time I had to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the board members.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Is it 3 consecutive or only 3
it
meetings?
says, I think it's 3 consecutive. I think it
Okay,
said in
so you
there.
can still miss more, you
Yeah,
just can't have
yeah,
it 3 in a row?
Yeah, it can be, I think it's
Oh, okay.
consecutive.
Got it, yeah.
okay, we definitely gonna look at all that.
Okay.
I know you've been talking, y'all too.
Yeah.
In the last few days, I know that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because when you talked to Jan, and David said, I'm going to talk to her.
Correct,
You know,
correct.
so, like I said, we're going to check into Jefferson Parish and see where we're at with
Yeah,
that. to get
we would
updated.
love to have a new map, because the map is just so hard to read.
Get with me tomorrow. I just texted Jennifer and Tim, and they said we're gonna work on it. There's people that we can call and
Right.
see
Okay,
who we
That'll
can
work.
get with, so.
That'll
that would
work,
be great.
okay.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, minutes of approval, 5/8. Do you have any changes, anything? If not, we need a motion, to go ahead and accept for the meeting for last
I make a
meeting.
motion, we accept the minutes from last meeting.
Okay, moved by James, we have a second, by Michael, all in favor, signify.
Aye.
Any opposed, so
Aye.
be it. All right, let's move on to, Madam Clerk, 6A. This is the first
This is
hearing?
the first hearing, yes.
Okay.
An ordinance approving the rezoning the property of Grand Isle Marina Acquisitions LLC, ET, ALCO Don Hardgroder, 4750 Johnson Street, Lafayette, Louisiana, from the following described tracts M1A, M5A, 0102, and remainder of tract 0, Hurricane Hole, in accordance with the plat prepared by Brock C. Hollinger, PLS PMB Surveying LLC, dated July 15, 2025. First hearing.
So again, this is the first hearing for the public to know. We introduced it last meeting, so just first public hearing. Okay, item B, 6B.
An ordinance approving the rezoning the property of Grand Isle Marina Acquisitions LLC, ET, ALCO Don Hardgroder, 4750 Johnson Street, Lafayette, Louisiana, from the following described tracts K, L, and reclamation area 55,489.40 square feet in accordance with the plat prepared by Brock C. Hollander, PLS PMB Surveying LLC, dated July 15, 2025.
Okay, again, this is first hearing. Go to item C, please.
An ordinance approving the re-subdivision of the property of Grand Isle Marina Acquisitions LLC, care of Don Hardgroder, 4750 Johnson Street, Lafayette, Louisiana, from the following described properties, lots 19D, 19E, 19F, 20D, 20E, 20F, and 21F, per ordinance 220, on that certain map of re-subdivision of lots 19, 20, and 60, of lots 21 adjoining lot 20, prepared by J.L. Fontenberger, surveyor, date September 19, 1975, is filed and recorded under entry number 89-42152 on September 19, 1989. Conveyance book 2252, page 613, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, in lots 21D, 21H, 21I, and 21J, per ordinance 794 on that certain map showing the divisions of lot 21D and 21F of A Beauregard Plan, prepared by Charles L. McDonald, revised date November 12, 2003, as filed and recorded under entry number 10402257 on January 13, 2004. Conveyance book 3115, page 350, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana, and tracks M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, and track 0, Hurricane Hole of Grand Isle Marina Acquisitions, LLC, care of Don Hard Groder, in accordance with the plat prepared by Francis Fortier, PLS PMB Surveying, LLC, dated July 24, 2023, and filed and recorded under entry 12307853 on February 27, 2023. Conveyance book 3482, page 118, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana.
Again, just 6C. This is a first public hearing. Okay, let's move on to professional reports. Grand Isle Police Department.
Corporal, I'm Corporal Combs. I'm here on the behalf of Chief Hernandez. He sends his regrets for not being able to be here today. This is the Grand Isle Police Department report for October 3rd, 2025 through October 16th, 2025. Total call-outs were 49. Medicals and fire was 7. Total citations 10. Total violations 14. That's 10 speeding, 1 no MVI tag, 1 no tail light, 1 no brake light, 1 failure to secure license and registration. There's been 11 arrests, 1 possession of a Schedule II drug, 1.3 grams of meth, felony, 1 entry on land after forbidden, misdemeanor, 1 warrant, prohibited acts, misdemeanor, 1 warrant, possession of firearm, felony, 1 warrant, simple escape, felony, and 1 warrant, theft, misdemeanor. There's been 8 possessions of drugs and paraphernalia, marijuana, cannabis, THC, and oil, and 1 attempted theft, 1 theft. Court fines paid is $4,930.16. Golf cart tags sold is $1,050. And golf cart tags yield sold this year $371,400.
Okay, any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, John, thank you so much. Y'all do a great job. I know y'all, with the drugs, Chris is on top of this, calling in what's going on, so I want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much.
I appreciate that, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to item, where we at here?
7B.
Joseph Chauvin, GIS.
Okay, Joe, Grand Isle Shipyard, give us an update. Where we at, buddy?
Thank you, Mayor, Town Council, Joe Chauvin. We're going to skip around a little bit on our agenda. I want to follow up on a couple things from last meeting. The Health and Awareness Grant of $200,000. Y'all can spend that on anything that relates to exercise or health, like play sets, jungle gyms, if y'all want to do outdoor track, pickleball court, if y'all want to add another tennis court somewhere. That's what y'all can do. Y'all have to decide what y'all want to do and let us know so we can get that money allocated to us so we can get that process started.
That also means refurbish.
You can refresh, as long as you're doing it with exercise. So y'all just need to figure out what y'all want to do and let us know. And we'll go ahead and I'll talk to Mr. Paul. We can get that ball rolling.
It was just approved, this past meeting.
I got to check. He just had
so.
the meeting today, and I really get to talk to him too much about it. But I know that him and Councilman Kerner said that it is allocated for health and awareness for the town of Grand Isle.
Y'all gonna decide what y'all want to do.
All right, our softball field and baseball field. So we just got the prices for the cross-arm brackets. We want to get the ones that's pre-wired. I'm trying to talk with Ms. Paula with Energy to let her know this. She's out the office this week, but we are currently working on that right now. So they do have the price in hand. I believe Energy is going to take care of this, but don't quote me on that, because that's part of the lights that they had to provide with the ball field. We had a foul pole that was constructed out of wood on the last contract, and he finally put it up because they had to construct it. I know some people seen it already, but we do have an outstanding balance to pay for that feature of work that they did not complete, and that is for $4,672. That was just to finish off that part of the contract.
Okay,
Motion to accept the payment.
moved by Brian, second by Laura. All in favor, signify.
Aye.
Any- So be it.
It was a lump sum price to do the field. So the field cost for the bases and the clay and everything
Yeah.
was roughly $23,000. So that was a portion of it that they held out until they get the fire pole in. PPDR program, we still in the clear lien. That will expire on the 28th. Gas building, engineers are reviewing the elevator submittal. We had them resubmitted because the warranty, we weren't happy with the warranty. So they had to come back and resubmit that, and we are currently reviewing it. Parks and beautification, that's substantial completion. Clear lien should be up. I have to check to see if they got their clear lien certificate on that. All right, our community center. So, I did get some quotes for the air conditioning unit. I'm still lacking one of them, but to replace the unit itself with all the ductwork, you're looking at $159,000 to do that. There's no action needed on none of these numbers I'm talking to y'all about, because we got to really go back and look at the building in general. We know our column support estimate, that's just to repair the beams, is at $145. Our painting of the beams, we're looking at $90,000. Now, the architect that came in to scan the building and look at it, and they have a rough preliminary cost estimate of $2.5 million to repair this building. We're going to go back and we're going to get an itemized cost estimate, and we have to sit down with FEMA and talk to them about this. We are still going back with FEMA and the insurance. We have nothing set in stone with this right now. So we're still working at it. Mr. Paul said he's going to give them a call tomorrow. Any questions so far?
I know him and Dana, Bonnie's been working on it
Yes,
since
yes, sir.
last meeting on that, you know.
So, our capital outlay, we had to get the capital outlay due to the special session in. So what we applied for was Central Island Drainage Project, and that's a request of capital outlay for $5.9 million. Public housing, $8.2 million, and Town of Grand Isle Road Rehabilitation Project, that's for 120 streets for the town, roughly at $5.8 million. So we had to get this in because they're going in session because they have to talk about the delegation map and of that nature. So they asked us to get this in before November 1st. We still got to finalize the packages, but they want to have the letter signed so they don't have to wait on it when they come out of session.
That's strictly Grand Isle Town roads, correct? No parish, no state roads?
No,
like
so there's no, yeah.
Just town.
Just towns, just town roads. DOTD is, I think I have the list in my office. 11 maybe? I'm not sure, but like your longest one is Humble Road. That is a DOTD. Quick update on the actual blacktopping of LA1 from Bridgeside to Cherry Street. It looks like they're anticipating to let the project out in bid of March of 2026. So they are still in the design phase with that part of it. We are doing the drainage analysis, and once we have that finished, it looks like it'll be mid-November. So we'll share that information with DOTD and see what we have to do as far as any type of drainage upgrades within the actual right-of-way of DOTD. And we do account for all the side streets in this area.
Again, there's no plans to do any subsurface drainage or storm sewer, correct?
No, sir, not of it right now. DOTD, they only thing they're looking at is the actual raising of the road anywhere from 8 to 10 inches, but we're still waiting for that to come back from DOTD.
But then when we was talking with Gordy during the week, to answer your question, they are talking to the secretary with the DOT right now, that the sub drainage, they are looking at that. They have the survey, when they surveyed everything,
Right.
and we're trying to put that together.
Okay.
We was excited when we talked to them, And they said that, definitely, we're gonna see something happen in March. They wanna get it in blacktop in the meantime, but that's one of the things they really focus on for the sub-drainage. So that's gonna work out fine, because what we're gonna do is, when they come in, when it's going on in the Capitol and all that, they might come up with a price, and by doing that, they might have extra money that the governor said, look, go to Grand Island, let's get this done. So once he gets all that sub-drainage we're talking about, we,
Get federal and state funds.
exactly. So, we told them whatever comes first, we're ready to go with it, but in the meantime, that's why we got the good news when we got up the conference call with them. And like I said, that's a plus for us, coming up in March, and like you said, but they're all working on, still putting the plans together for the sub-drainage.
Right. One of the reasons I would advocate subsurface drainage
Yeah.
is safety,
Yeah.
especially on that end of the island
Yeah.
where you don't have a large right-of-way for golf carts to pass.
Right.
Or anything. If we had subsurface drainage, we'd be able to go over the
Yeah.
whole ditches and
Right.
drive on that.
Exactly.
Make it a lot safer.
Then you put your catch basins, where the drainage at, and when the storm comes, you put the plate on top, you ain't gotta worry about it.
Yes.
That's what they're looking at, yeah.
Plus just the drivability for the traffic.
Yeah.
The safety benefit of it is
Yeah.
worth
But
considering.
all of you had mentioned that a couple of meetings ago.
Yeah.
All of you were talking about the same thing. Yeah, exactly. So at least we got something coming up for March, to come and start to do it, so.
Yeah.
But he did tell me they were still putting the drainage system together. And that gives us a chance, once the governor will see that we're doing that, we can always go back and say, look, we're ready. Is there any money left that we can do this? So it might be sections of the islands, but we know where the water is coming from, So that was good news for us, So Joe, I want to thank you,
Last, I got a couple of updates. The Rocks on the Gulf side, they have the money. The money's there. I think the state has anywhere from 50 to 45 million they're going to put in through CPRA, and I think they have 26 million left over with federal. So they have it there. It's a $62 million project. So I haven't had no updates from them yet of bidding and stuff, but we're trying to bid around the first or the first quarter of next year, or maybe into the beginning of the second quarter. Councilmember Bartholomew, I have not yet got to talk to DOTD about putting that gate in there, because we want to see if that's their catch basin, their culvert. So I'm gonna get with them and see if we can put some type of gate right there to stop the water from coming out of Bay, flowing right there by the foot of the bridge.
All right, thank you.
And we got a superintendent that's on the island right now with DOTD. He calls Joe and I. And like I said, we're still trying to fix the one at Exxon, the culvert's smashed in.
Yep, and I'll get an update from that
Yeah.
too. They were focused on the actual finishing up the design work for the LA1 project.
Right.
That would complete my update. Any questions or comments?
I understood you said we have the $62 million.
That's what we're being told. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it is.
It's $62
appropriate.
million total for the project.
Yes.
So the state allocated $2 million through CPRA, and they still had a surplus of $26 million from federal. So that's what I'm being told. So once they get it all ironed out, I will have them actually come and present and let them tell you this when everything's squared away. With the government shutdown, I don't know their working status of the Corps. I will give them a call tomorrow and see if they are working. They usually answer me right away.
And when I talked to them during the week, James, talking with them, they're saying that they're looking at maybe, just like the roads, putting the bids out in March, and look like the permits that the PRI that we talked about, that they signed, it's looking better and better now that the Congresses are shut down. But they're looking at maybe, if everything's going like he's talking, the Colonel did told us straight up that he wants to put the bids out in March for the rocks. So far, that's what he was looking at as of this past week. And that was just talk. I said, here we go, I got to tell my people, and here we go, it's going to change another year or whatever. No, the Colonel's saying that if everything's signed like it's supposed to be, we're looking at, and then when we got the call talking with the roads, so we got that going on in March, and then bids going for the rocks, and then the roads at the same time. That's two different entities, but that was the call that I got, and they say that he's telling us that he thinks he could put it out for March and start something in May. It's not written in stone, but that's what he's telling me. I said, well, look, every time I get in a meeting, I get my people excited, then you'll push it back. He said, well, I'm telling you, that's where we're at right now. That's what it looks like.
And there's no way to start it sooner before the summer?
No, there's no way sooner. In other words, the way and especially with the government shutdown, But the colonel's on our side, he's right there from Houma, and it's one of his top priorities.
But
That's the
it's a
latest.
major hurdle to overcome to get the money allocated.
Yeah.
So if we have the money
It's
allocated.
there. It's there. You look at it, 65 million, you got 45 million one way, and another 20 million coming the other way. That's what we're looking at. Okay, what else, Joe?
Any other questions or comments?
Okay, any questions for the board?
I'm fine. Nope, thank you,
Thank
Al.
you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, let's move on to, Mr. Ronnie. Give us an update, buddy. Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
127. Give me 1 second. No, the town of Grand Isle has 127 streets, which is considered roads. That's not counting the DOT roads, and I don't know them off the head, but I can probably look it up. Yes, town of Grand. What's that, ma'am? I'm gonna double check that.
I think it's 11.
Other 27, do you know
Got
how
a
many
list on my
miles we're talking?
Oh, sir, but, I can try to get you that information, but it won't be tonight.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's the lineal feet.
For some reason, I'm thinking it's 11, if I remember right.
I got a list.
Yeah,
somewhere.
we got a list, we could get that right away. We could do that. We could get that right. Okay. Mr. Ronnie?
Mayor, council, thank you for the time. Got a couple of little things that I need to talk to y'all about. One is that we got the signs in for the life rings. So we'll be putting those out. And a new list is going to be given to our first responders, fire department, police department. And on that list, it's going to pinpoint where an incident would happen because of the numbers that we're going to put on the life rings. And then that's going to correspond with the mile marker signs. So that's going to be taking place in the next week or so. Any questions about that? Okay. We had a memorial service for Mr. Dupree on the beach. It was very successful. The family was satisfied with what we did for them. And I explained to them that we have new life rings coming, and we were able to acquire one, and we had his wife hanging on the pole in his memory. And there is a memorial plaque on that pole. Okay. I was invited to be the guest speaker at the Louisiana Garden Club Federation luncheon. And I thought that we were going to be able to interest people more in Grand Isle, and we were able to accomplish that. But I think the biggest thing that came out of this thing is that we found out that there are scholarships for our kids to go to college that they can apply for through the Louisiana Garden Club Federation. So if you know of anyone, or if you can think of anyone that might be interested in applying for one of those, have them get in touch with me, and I'll give them the information that I have.
Did you let the school know? Do you have like a flyer to them? Okay.
Yet.
That'd be good.
I just did the presentation to them on Tuesday,
Okay.
so we're getting all of this fresh, you guys. And I think it's a good thing for our kids if we can do something like that.
Definitely.
And I'm anxious to see if we can help them out.
Good. Awesome.
That's all I have for today. Is there?
Any questions? All right.
Okay. Thank you all for the time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ronnie. Thank you so much, you and your group. Thank you. All right, let's move on to commission boards. Mr. Weldon Danos.
Good evening, Mayor Commodell, members of the Town Council, members of the general public. I'm Weldon Danos with the Grand Isle Port Commission. I have two projects I'd like to give you all a key update on tonight. And tonight, I do not bring good news involving these two projects. In your packet, you'll have a summary bullet points of the two projects, but what I'd like to do is go into these two projects a little bit more detail so that you as the town council and the general public can understand all that we've done up to this point with these two projects and then the issues that have recently developed. So the first project is our Oyster Aquaculture Workstation for $250,000. We have recently changed the name of this facility from an oyster processing facility to an Oyster Aquaculture Workstation because of some of the red flags and concerns and inquiries regarding this facility. The Oyster Aquaculture Workstation is going to be located at the commercial dock area, and it's a central location for our AOC farmers to come and perform the same functions that they perform at the farms and at their camps. This includes tumbling, sorting, and washing of their oysters to either take back to the respective farms or to take back in refrigerated trucks to take to market. A new bulkhead, boat slip, and walkway will be installed to allow easy access to this facility. Approximately 9 local AOC businesses will be involved using this facility. This concept is very innovative. Matter of fact, it will be the first oyster aquaculture workstation in the town of Grand Isle. The aquaculture workstation will be secured, meaning it will be locked. It will have surveillance monitoring and consist of electrical, ventilation, lighting, and fresh water to support the work functions. A nearby bathroom with hot and cold running water at the Louisiana Dried Shrimp Warehouse will be provided for these oyster farmers to use. The Louisiana Department of Health has worked with us every step of the way on this facility and has given us all the authority to go forward with this facility. This oyster aquaculture workstation was originated by one of our AOC oyster farmers. He helped us design this, and it was constructed, it's not constructed, it was designed by our certified professional engineer. A contract has recently been awarded to C&O Marine to construct this facility. There have been several stakeholders involved in this facility, including LDWF, Louisiana Sea Grant, JEDCO, Earhart, Louisiana State Representative, Louisiana State Senator, JP Council members, and here the local mayor and the town council members. On October 14th, a member of the Oyster Task Force came forward and expressed concerns and questions regarding this facility. 2 weeks prior to this meeting, this individual contacted me, and when I went through all the design and what we have gone through, he disagreed with everything that I told him. And he indicated that what we were doing was illegal. And so I asked him to put a memo together back to me, and I was going to move that forward. At the Oyster Task Force meeting, he disagreed with the LDWF official and the LDH official that had given us all the permits. So what we have here is a permit interpretation from the Louisiana Department of Health regarding AOC farming versus traditional oyster farming. And so now LDWF and LDH are regrouping in order to resolve the questions and concerns that have been brought forward, and will get back to us in writing if anything else we need to do with this facility. In the meantime, we have placed the project on hold for 30 days with C&O Marine until all these issues can be resolved. The next project is the Oyster Farm 2 expansion project for $25,000 from Louisiana Sea Grant. I have been notified, and you have this notification in your packets. I have been notified by the Louisiana Department of Health last week that due to the FDA updated prohibitive lines because of increased sewage plants at Aramis and Queen Bess affecting the Grand Isle oyster harvest areas, the LDH cannot approve the expansion of Oyster Farm 2 in relation to the Act 71 amendment in the 2024 state legislative session. The new prohibitive lines are effective November 1st, 2025. In your packet is the actual notification letter and also a map, the new map, the expanded map of the prohibitive areas and also in relation to the dilution point. And what you'll notice in this map is that the line coincidentally goes through. Y'all don't have that? No, sir. Okay, well, I asked to make copies for this meeting. Okay.
We got some left from the levy board?
All right, I'll get you those maps then after the meeting, but I have a copy of the map. I'll go ahead and pass this around to y'all. But you will notice now the expanded area goes right through our Oyster Farm 2 expansion.
Right.
The most concerning part about this new development is that this has been under discussion between the FDA and the LDH since September of last year, a year ago.
Can I
And-
take a picture of this, Mr. Weldon?
Yes. Yes, it's public information. So when we went through the joint permit application last year for the coastal use permit with the Louisiana Department of Energy and Natural Resources, this new development was overlooked. This project could have been stopped in the fall of 2024 during the coastal use permit review process if this development would have been reviewed and flagged. This expansion project has been underway for almost 3 years. LDWF approval was given, state legislation was approved, all of the regulatory agency approvals were obtained, all of the associated permits have been obtained, a contract has been awarded, visibility has been given through Jetco and the money they have spent through their marketing and advertising campaign with the Grand Isle Jewels. And now, we have to postpone this project and start all over again. This latest development will set us back at least 1 year. To determine what has happened here, I have made a formal request with the Secretary of the LDENR, who coordinated the permit review, the Secretary of the Louisiana Department of Health, who was with us along this way and gave us permission to do all this, along with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. I have requested a formal investigation be done, not only for the Grand Isle Port Commission and the town of Grand Isle, but also as a lessons learned, so that the next organization that comes along won't be missed in this particular application. A lot was at stake with this project, with both projects, insofar as economic development, and it's unfortunate that this has occurred at this stage of the projects. We will begin the process again, and State Representative Joe Orgeron has offered to sponsor another bill in this spring state legislative process so that we can determine a different expansion of Oyster Farm 2. And when we first started this 3 years ago, we had a couple of options. One, to expand the farm to the south, one to expand the farm to the west. And the preferred option was to the south. If we'd have gone to the west, we would not be in this new prohibitive area. And so I hate to bring y'all bad news tonight, but it is what it is, and we're going to continue on. We're going to continue on with the facility. Hopefully we can move forward with that, see if we have to do anything else with that. But the Oyster Farm 2 expansion, we're going to have to start all over again. and we'll move forward to do that. So that's my report tonight. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes, this expansion, is any of this has to do with use tests that were done or salinity issues, or what is the basis for just denied? Because you spoke earlier, you and I had spoke about the expansion of the oyster farmers here, and not only this year's that is now put on hold, but next year you plan on double again.
Yes, so
So my question to you was, does any of this has to do with the quality of the water where the oysters are formed?
this is an FDA requirement dealing with dilution of the water from the sewage plants. And evidently, the dilution of the water has changed, which has caused the FDA to expand the prohibitive area for oyster harvesting. You'll see in this map, it's not only our expanded area, there are a couple of other oyster leases that are affected with this. I guess the silver lining with this, even though there's a lot of negative with it, fortunately, we didn't start the expansion of that farm and have oyster farming going on. If that would have been the case, we'd have had to stop the oyster farming and start all over again. So it's all with the FDA testing, working with the LDH, but this has been going on in discussion since last September, a year ago. If this would have been flagged, we could have stopped the project, put the expansion to the west, the coastal use permit.
Well, we're willing to, have the council, myself, and we can pass a resolution to support you, and whenever you want to Baton Rouge, we'll definitely be on your back to support you.
Yeah, I'm going to, Councilwoman Jennifer Van Bracken is putting together a support letter for these projects, along with Tyler Bosworth, who's the Secretary of the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, Representative Joe Ogeron, who has helped us tremendously along the way with these projects, has also been involved. So I'd say let's go ahead and see what happens with this effort. And if I have to, I will go all the way to the governor's office.
Yeah, we're going to make an alert to Pat Connick tonight, what you're telling us.
Yeah,
What you told us earlier.
I've sent Pat, Senator Connick, all the information with these two projects.
That's great. You know, when you sell a septic system, and the salesman always said you can drink it at the end of the line. That's what they used to tell us when all the septic systems.
It's just,
It's amazing, you know, you got all of your treatment plants, you're doing the right thing, and then you turn around and you got a permit for oysters right in that area, and they want to find something to shut everything down. I mean, anything
Well,
you
it's
try
just-
to do, there's always somebody want to shut
what is
something
so coincidental that these two developments have happened within the last couple of weeks,
down. Yeah.
right before we're ready to start the construction. So hopefully this isn't politically motivated, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we there, we with you whenever you're ready, we're ready to go.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Weldon.
Okay? Let's move on to introductions of ordinances. Madam Clerk?
An ordinance approving the revised lot line of Lot C and the reclaimed property creating the new lot of recording being Lot D, which is bordered on the west by Caminada Bay, all being part of property owned by Brent Dewey, including the unchanged lots A and B. All four lots are accessed off the west side of Louisiana State Highway 1 by Speckled Trout Lane, which is located within a 25-foot servitude located within each lot, all being in the town of Grand Isle, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana.
Okay, again, that's just introduction. And David, everything's approved, everything's ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Do we have our letters of no objection from the entities necessary, the power company, the town engineer, I notice is here, everything's,
Yep.
it's okay.
Okay,
So-
again, it's introduction.
Okay.
Okay, item B, ordinance.
An ordinance approving a reconfiguration of property owned by Karen England, Blue Dolphin Properties LLC, located at the corner of LA1 and Apple Lane in Grand Isle, Louisiana.
Everything's good with that, David? for introduction? Okay,
And see, all our letters of non-objection are good with it, so we're ready to move on with it.
okay,
Thank you.
all right. Item 9,
9A,
resolutions.
a resolution approving a preliminary plat, division of property owned by Karen Caden Craig LLC, Track A of the original lot number 8, located along LA State Highway 1, into 3 separate lots of land named Lot number 1A, Lot 2A, and Lot 3A, located in Grand Isle, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana.
Okay, David.
need a
that one's-
motion.
That one's ready?
We're still waiting on a couple letters.
Well, we can,
Okay, I see no letters of objection from power company or anyone on here. It's not complete. If, okay, so it's my understanding, we get it after the letters of no objection have been all attained. And everything is good with the Duke Energy, or the water people, and is this would you call this incomplete?
Yeah, Ian's just started doing this, and he's doing that one.
Was not up for motion tonight?
Engineer wrote a letter saying, I think that letter in there.
Go to-
Trying to move forward like that. Give me a letter.
yeah, John Blaze almost looked like he looked at it.
But we don't. I make a motion, we
Table it?
table this until we get
Yeah.
everything ready with it.
Exactly. Okay, moved
Finish.
by James, second by Michael, all in favor, signify.
Aye.
Okay. David, get that back to us as soon as you can for that, okay? Let's, okay, letter requests,
10A,
that's
it's,
10A.
yes, sir. To add $4,796.32 to 531263. This is for repairs to the gas department UTV. The work has been done on this. Mhm.
Moved by Brian, second by Michael, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So be it. Okay, let's move on to, item 10B.
10B, request and approval of splash pad at Community Center on Lot 4. We need a motion.
Okay,
I have a couple questions. So, did we get with the parish and we have approval for, like, the water pressure? What are we gonna do for a busy weekend? We already lose water pressure.
Well,
What
actually,
if there's an emergency?
this would help because from the parish, we had dead water. So this would be automatic flush, so this would help the movement of water with the filters and such.
No, it wouldn't. I spoke with Mr. Sidney today, and he said before we move forward, this has gotta go to the engineering department before we can approve it. Because it's requesting 400 gallons per minute with 3-inch line, and we don't know if we're capable of having that. He said, once we get it approved, then we can come back, and I'm all for it. I just want you to understand, I'm for it. Because that he's saying that it needs to be approved by engineers first before we can move forward with it. And I'm for the project, I'm 100% for it.
okay, well, y'all want to check that out?
Wait,
So it's all
so-
gonna be against me anyway,
And
so.
who said it was 400 gallons a minute?
It
The-
says
the-
right here,
the flush on
on
here?
utilities, it says it's required a 3-inch water line to be provided with a minimum of 35 PSI for splash park with a flow rate of 400 gallons per minute.
Okay, you know,
And, also, can we get, on your grant, what is your grant total you're going after, Ms. Dunn?
400,000, 200,000 match with Councilman Tim Kerner.
Okay. Can we get the estimated costs, because on here it says it's not, engineering. is
It's
not
right under
included.
40,000.
Was that
It's right under 40,000
for?
for the whole project.
392.
$392,229.21. Yes, it is page 3.
yeah, page 3.
No, what they saying it's not included in there.
No, that's not for what's not included.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's
So
for
on that-
everything
on top of the
included.
392.
Yes.
The item that's not included. The engineering stamp plans and equipment, can we get a cost on that before we move forward as well?
I mean, we can, but it'll just all come out of my grant,
How we know that?
because that's the whole point of grant. It's not gonna affect the town funds, it's gonna come out of the
It
grant.
should be 1 for 400, so just the total cost 392.
Yeah,
Okay, so additional engineering is gonna cost. Also, it's site preparation, it's gotta be done. And all these utilities gotta be added with a drain line of 8-inch minimum size to be provided by us. Can we get some prices on this before we move forward?
sure, of course.
'Cause I'm all for it, I just like to see what it's gonna cost us at the end of the day.
Gotcha,
Okay, what's the wishes of the board? To table it?
Table it.
Okay,
of course.
all right.
You guys wanna form up a motion?
Do we make a
We need
motion?
motion for that? Yes. To table it, moved by Brian, second by Laura.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Of course.
Okay. Uh-huh, I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
Come to the board, please. Come up to the podium.
Come to the podium. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I have a question, because I know that Joe was talking about the pickleball courts and all this refurbishing. If you look back at my notes that I've been taking over the last few years, we're not moving forward, we're just keep continuing moving back. You following me, boo-boo? Okay, thank you. So, I mean, how much forward and backwards are we, because we're not moving forward. And I just want to make sure that when we do that water pressure test, remember that, David? I think, fire department, no, none of them are here, that would have known, because I want to make sure that you're there, and James, if y'all could be there for that water pressure testing, because they falsified mine when I was doing one. They kept trying to run it and run it and run it and falsify. So I would like to make sure that it's done legit and that we don't keep going backwards and history repeating itself. But we're not making, we were supposed to have a pickleball court for last Easter, before last Easter, and we had plenty of time to work on it, plenty of time for this council to get it going. So I just don't understand why. Heck, David, you ran on the verdict of rocks being, you ran on that we had that money, and now we're still supposedly
yeah,
a
but
little
you're
bit
right.
short.
Yeah, but
So,
when you're dealing with the federal government, you're right, it's not easy.
And look, I was meeting with government people today, so I don't understand why everybody's saying it. And I saw the Coast Guard yesterday, so I just don't understand why everybody's saying, oh, they're all shut down, because some people are working still. So don't just take the assumption that they're not, that they're all shut down and closed, because I don't think that's totally, some people are still caring about their job and doing due diligence because they know how to do it properly. But yes, please, Harley,
You
make sure
talking
you
about the
have
Coast
your
Guard doing it
facts.
properly? That's what
No,
you're saying?
Coast Guard does an excellent job.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'm saying, you're saying that everybody shut down and we can't do any work.
Huh? I never said it's shut down.
You were just saying that a few minutes ago. So please make sure that we're having
every
it.
project
But
we
I
have-
would like to request that we make sure that the water
it just don't
testing
fall
is
out the
done
sky.
properly
It just-
and not falsified like it was whenever they were doing it, trying to falsify the reports with me, because we had to actually get people from other parishes to come in to witness it. Okay, so could we please, because I do think, and we haven't been having our water problems, we haven't, only maybe when they hit a line out there, that's when it's not buried where it was supposed to be, right? That's the only time we have usually a lot of problems with our
We just
water.
built a big tower on the Shinya side. We're
So
trying
we
to run
shouldn't
some
have
pipe.
any water, that shouldn't even be an issue
We're not
if we
finished
spend all
yet.
that money.
We're gonna go underground, we're gonna go from the bridge underneath the water, we're coming out of Bay, and we're gonna run it to tie it in, crossing
So
Shinya.
I just want to know, what's the other concept? Could you be honest and just say, hey, what is the end goal? Because it seems like we're stopping progress. Yeah, I'm assuming that y'all have something already. She's doing grant work, for crying out loud, that y'all haven't done ever. Y'all go over there on that. Oh, yes, I'm sorry that my time's up.
Yeah, good.
Because of a
Thank you.
splash pad.
Time's up.
Anyway, we're gonna work on that.
Mr. Joseph Chauvin.
Yeah.
A splash pad involves running and athletic. A splash pad involves kids running, being athletic, right? I got two, okay. So I got, no. So I have two solutions. That money with GIS, can help with the splash pad if wanting, and refurbish all the courts. But there's that solution too, if y'all need extra money.
I'm saying when they can't use the money. You don't have me a total. You're saying it's gonna cost $392. It's not gonna cost $392. It's gonna cost way more than that. So we just supposed to approve something without something?
I'm asking for the lot. I'm asking for the lot.
Read what you requested. You requested to approve it. If you would've asked in there, could I get approval to move forward to go get information from this parish and the other engineers, we'd approved it.
I don't need the, it's a town lot, so why do I need the parish?
It's town water. You got to have the water from the parish. Do your homework before you come and put stuff on the agenda.
But if it was the pickleball court, we're gonna do it, huh?
I never brought the pickleball court yet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, well, that's what we have.
Just admit it, just because it's me. Just admit it, just because it's me.
I want it. I want the splash pad.
Okay, let's go on.
I have a question
Yes.
regarding that. You mentioned earlier that now we're going back with low water pressure? Are we having a problem with we have
I never
two
said
lines
we had
and two
water low
tanks?
pressure. The gentleman said we've got to go to the engineering department before we can move forward to see was it adequate, because they're asking for a 2-inch and a 3-inch line where they got certain gallons per minute.
Right.
So when I asked him about it, he said, well, this got to go get approved by our engineers first.
Okay.
And that's all I did was call and ask him if we can do it.
But I just want to be clear, on our water, we're not going back to low pressure days, right?
No,
Or
you
we
see
have
the
our
running
two-
line, we're running a line right now.
was
Two
never
tanks,
told that.
2 lines, we have adequate, we don't have to. It was a problem in the past with the fire department not having enough water at certain times.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
still have that same issue.
Yeah,
We do,
Yes.
and are we working on improving that?
Yes.
yeah, you can see we're running a line right now. We just built a $3 million tank in Chiniera, continuing
Right.
pressure.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I was concerned with. I thought that was to
Yeah.
alleviate the problems.
Yeah. Met with the contractor, oh, they're gonna go underneath the Caminada Pass, where we pass the gas line and pop up on the other side of the bridge. They're gonna
All
do
right.
that. That's what we had there. Yeah,
So we're not talking about any problems that are insurmountable,
yeah.
right?
Not that I know.
Mr. Leo, you have a question?
I have a question.
Come on up to the podium so the public can see you. Yes, sir.
Come to the podium.
Say your name, sir, please.
Yeah, my name's Leo Bickham. I have a question about the water. Being a plumber all my life, we just Googled what size pipe you need to make 400 gallons a minute at 60 pounds of pressure. They saying between a 4 and a 6-inch pipe. Does the inner structure, do we have that inner structure in that part of the island?
That's what the engineers said they got to figure out.
Or should, or we could move it might be easier just to move the water park to a different location.
He said that. He said it's
Yeah.
all would be determined what the engineers come up with.
Yeah, because,
I'm for it.
yeah, it was just a number I was,
That's what he said. He
I
said
can
that
tell you.
that area- It might ask for 12 inches, he said.
right. Is there a holding facility?
A holding facility?
Or like, when you put the water park up, would they build a tank there to
I
keep?
mean, I'm not an engineer, but I mean, it's a small splash pad.
Yeah, but it's 400 gallons a minute.
If
I'm
it's
not
supposed to
an
be
engineer.
fresh water, we were told at the last meeting.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
but I'm,
only tank at the community center right now that was put in when it was built.
I was just, I was more curious about the capacity of the line. That's what got me interested, and that's all I'm saying. Do we have that down that part of the island?
All right,
Yeah,
we're
'cause I
gonna
don't
just get the
think-
parish in touch with you.
Okay.
See what we gotta do.
I'm out.
I'll do all my
Yeah,
homework.
where's the water gonna go?
We get with Cindy to talk and work it out with you.
I'm sorry.
How's the water gonna be disposed of? It goes in the sewage plant?
I could find that out for you.
Yeah, we just gotta get some.
Not like the water drains anywhere anyways, but hey, okay.
Okay, we're gonna get it. Okay.
They must
All
be
right.
against the kids.
Anything else, Holly? That's it? Lauren?
That's it.
You got anything?
You got it. That was just my question about.
Oh, okay, Councilman.
The
Okay.
item.
Information, items, we have none. That's what I say. James, what's your,
No, I think we're moving along with the contracts for the garbage, and
right,
be interested to see how they come out. That, I'll pass it over to Harley.
Okay.
We had a culinary demo that turned out great. Thank you to Sherway Supermarket for donating all ingredients. Thank you to Chef Nicholas for help hosting it. Thank you to Ms. Pam Keller for help putting it on together with me. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Lauren, what you got?
Okay, my first thing, I know that the post office is a government building,
Okay.
but they're having a problem with getting the elevator fixed, and we have seniors that are struggling to go up those stairs to get their mail. Is there any way that the town can step in and help out in some type of way?
Yes, I can handle that tomorrow.
Even if we
I'll
just
go to higher up.
get them to get on the ball?
I'll talk to Fred with Steve Scalise's office tomorrow and tell him it's a federal building,
Okay,
and we'll see what we can do. Jan, make a note of that. We'll do that.
thank you.
Okay?
Also, I want to announce that Friday at the school, it's at the multiplex, they have in the Fall Fest. They're going to have a craft show, prizes, a chili cook-off with a $20 entry fee. And then Saturday at the state park, we're going to have the pumpkin patch. The fee's going to be waived. We're going to have fun games. We're going to cream the council. So all present council members are going to sit and let the audience throw shaving cream at them. It'll be a great time. We're also going to have a bounce house, a craft show as well, and pumpkin.
Cool. Okay.
We
I like your Bible.
we're also going to have a picture area set up. We're going to have snowballs that Councilman Bartholomew is going to donate. And we're also going to have scarecrow stations set up that Babu is going to work, and it'll be a great time.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah?
Thank you. Okay. Brian?
Carlos, we had a chance to put those culverts for those fire hydrants.
I haven't read the landfill, gotta tell me what they need, what they want.
So, want me to get a list? Okay. And did we move forward with some crushed asphalt yet?
Yeah, I can answer that. I talked to Scott Ball last week after the meeting. He said that he's talking to the higher-ups right now, that with the trucks that we had, as many trucks as we had, that's what we requested. He said he's working on that. He's hoping that we ain't got to do another permit with them. He's on top of that, and the 245 speed signs that's got to go there. John, the guy with DOTD, we know that we work with, we got to remind him to stay on top of that, because they're going to bring a contractor to come in and fix that on Exxon and try to put the signs in. I did talk to him.
So we need the crushed asphalt before we can put the culverts, correct?
You gotta sign an agreement with that big man up there.
That's what he's on, right?
Once we've got the agreement signed,
Yep,
I can call and I get 130.
that's what we're waiting on.
All right,
Yep.
perfect. But we need that before we can put the culverts in, correct?
Right.
We need that before we can put the culverts in?
No, we can put the culvert.
We got some.
Put a little dirt on top,
Okay,
till we get asphalt.
all right,
Yeah,
perfect.
we could bury it down that
I'll
way.
get them to get you, make a list.
Okay,
That's all I have.
okay.
Do we still have an agreement with the parish to haul the
We
millings?
have to sign another agreement, that agreement's over with.
Yep.
We have to sign a new agreement,
And
then
then,
we can get more asphalt.
No, the hauling of the asphalt,
All I have to
the
do is call
parish.
no, the parish will take
All
care
I
of it,
do is
Jane.
call
They're
the
ready.
parish and they
Parish
get
is
the
ready.
truck.
Okay.
He just told me right now, they might have to do another little contract. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That was as of yesterday. Okay, Michael? Boo?
I went to school for the flagpole. Somebody had asked me about that, and she said she was gonna get it done.
Okay,
It's been since after Ida, they're supposed to put it,
okay,
and she's gonna, said by the end of the month, it should be installed.
okay. All right.
Thank Mr. Ronnie for the memorial did go real well. The family was very satisfied with it. Father Mark came, and real nice deal, real
Very
good.
nice. Awesome.
And also, the school speed zone signs are not working.
That's nothing but true. Yeah,
I thought he was waiting on a break or
Pasta's
something.
working on that.
Okay.
Okay.
it's always broken, man.
We're doing away with that solar panel thing, and we're hooking up the power.
Yeah, it burns the fuses, you know.
That's it.
Okay, all right, my report, I know Joe had brought it up, we had talked to about the rocks in March and the blacktopping and all that, some good news. And we're constantly working with, through come in and look at, Joe, I know you brought it up to the levee board earlier. We got some money to restore the rocks on the backside of the island. And Joe, if you want to give a little update on that?
Yeah, so we worked through the final plans and specs. We've got to go through them, and hopefully we can advertise in another 3 weeks.
And what we did is, we've been watching it since we put them in day one, the rocks on the backside. And Joe could tell you, they do the as-built and going back and surveying them, how many of them sunk and all that. So, Joe, what we're looking at, like, with the money we got from FEMA?
Roughly about 10.5.
10.5, so we want to re-nourish the rocks on the north side, and then work it through Fifi Island, and continue working with Mr. Weldon to make that work. So, got a lot of things moving. It look like the money's moving a little quicker. I know it's shut down, the federal government right now, but at least we're dealing. As far as the housing, I talked to Gordon King today. We talked, we had like a little meeting together on the phone, and I met with him in Baton Rouge. I talked to him again today. The lady that we've been talking to out of the Coast Guard, everything's shut down right now. But the last word we got, they're still moving on it, and we asking questions. And one of the questions that I told you last meeting, that, you know, when it comes to a V zone, look like Alabama doesn't have to have that, but it's not like that at all. They're digging in it. So we got a lawyer through the governor's office looking at that, saying that, you know, that we're going to find out exactly what David's talking about. So in the V zone, some parts of Alabama don't have that. So in the V zone in Grand Isle, they're telling us that we can't build nothing. We can't get no federal funds. So we're checking into that. And when it comes to CBG funds, so we belong to the parish. We keep on, you know, watching where the federal money's at. But in the meantime, it's a long haul, but we're still working on that. And it's you know, it's looked like it's coming together. And one of the things that we're looking at, the Coast Guard, the few guys that they have, they're renting rooms in Houma, and they're coming to work down here. And you know, something's wrong with that. Like I said the last meeting, we think that the few houses can be repaired to put these families in. And I mean, I went in just about all of them, and it makes it's amazing. You can fix them real quick. So we're still working on it. And like I said, I want to thank Governor Jeff Landry pushing that, and his housing authority people, and working with Jefferson Parish, with Lieutenant and Jennifer, and we were looking at making sure that, you know, that funding, that CBG funds, if it can be used. So we're asking every question we can. If Louisiana and Alabama, there's something not right there. So we're looking at that. But Jeff's 100% behind it, talking with his staff, and he's got a wonderful staff working with us. And when they come down, I want to make sure I bring you all, and we're going to look at everything. So it's just a slow process right now. But the good thing about it is nobody else is interested. The state's interested, the parish, which we belong to. And we keep on in touch with the other, but talking with them again today, they said everything's on hold because the government's closed. But so far, you know, we're still working on it. I just want to give you all updates on that. So again, have patience. It takes a little while to get these things done. There's money coming from different areas. And Mr. Weldon, again, we're going to support you. The town people, our friends from Grand Isle, we've got the best oysters in the world. Between the council, we're going to be there for you and make sure that we can continue that progress. So if you have nothing, I want to thank y'all for coming. You have a good night, and thank y'all so much.